3 to 4 inches off.
Move your head to the left, Alex. There, nice.
Move your head to the left.
Alexi.
Hey, how are you? Here.
Thunder K. Oh.
Is it like Flash Gordon? Thunder K.
Yeah. Or Dayman.
Or Dayman.
Thunder
Yeah. Dayman.
K.
Ah. Fighter of the night, man. Ah. Champion of the sun. Ah. You're a master of karate and friendship for everyone.
Look, I need to color my hair too. Look. I got a
Dayman.
skunk trail.
I like the Flash Gordon. Thunder K.
I like the Flash Gordon reference too. I think we should come up with something. That would be cool. Make a Thunder K Flash Gordon reference.
The asshole of the podcast.
Why is he the asshole of the podcast?
I don't know.
Well, it's usually, this is my beautiful, talented, lovely person across the table. Oh, there's that bag of shit. Thunder K.
You say that all the time. It's not true. All right, it's 7:47. Stream is.
Oh my god, it's 7:47.
Yep.
Jeez.
Stream is up. Chat is up. What was that, Alex?
We thought we missed the whole podcast.
Did you do it on purpose?
No. They already said they didn't.
I was being.
Oh, you were just being funny. Okay, I got that.
Charlie, I left half a slice of cheesecake on the table so we could hurry and get on.
Why didn't you take it in a box?
Because we didn't have time. We had to get out there.
Oh my god. You never
sure,
waste cheesecake.
I could, but we had sticks.
It wasn't great. I could tell by the look on her face it wasn't great.
I'll make sure you get some great cheesecake when you come over next.
Hey, Markham has that whole unopened cheesecake in his fridge. So there is that.
Have I ever asked you what year the first Wimbledon championship was held?
No, you have not.
Have I ever asked you which country produces the... Yeah, I have.
The most oil? Yes.
Coffee.
Coffee, yes.
Yes, about 4
I
times.
think 15, I think.
Yeah, that sounds accurate.
And I don't think we've gotten it right yet.
There's my purse.
It's number one, actually.
Okay.
Not quite yet.
Girl.
Okay, I'm going to share one more time since you're still gathering stuff. Okay. Going live.
Why did the ketchup blush?
Because it saw the mustard,
Because he saw the salad dressing.
Dough.
You.
What did the elephant what did the elephant ask the naked man?
Why is your trunk so small?
No. How do you breathe out of that thing?
Oh, I have heard that one before.
Why does the mermaid wear seashells?
They don't make bras for mermaids?
Nope. She outgrew her bee shells.
Oh, that was funny, actually.
Dough.
How is life like toilet paper?
Everybody wipes their
Use it once and then it's gone.
Nope. You're either
Does
on
it-
a
They overbuy during pandemics?
no. You're either on a roll or taking shit from someone. I'm always taking shit from someone. I'm never on a roll. What does one boob say to the other?
What?
If we don't get support, people will think we're nuts.
Hmm.
These are supposed to be.
I've heard that one too.
These are supposed to be the
I've
best
said
dirty
that.
jokes.
I said that one on the show.
Yeah.
Oh, you have?
Yeah.
Okay.
What kind of bees make milk?
movies.
Yes, boobies. Boobies. Knock, knock.
Who's that?
Asshole.
Asshole.
Open the door and find out, asshole.
I'm gonna say
No, you're not.
We're on the YouTubes.
Yes, we is.
Yeah, and I'm the only one streaming. What does it mean when it already has 3 playbacks? What does that mean?
I don't know. It doesn't count me because I'm hosting the stream.
I'm on it. I'm looking at it. Because in case I miss something.
That's number of clicks that I've actually accessed it, I thought.
You like, subscribe.
Oh, there's 2 concurrent viewers. Say it again, Kenneth. You cut out.
I said, those of you on the YouTubes, don't forget to like and subscribe and hit the notification bell.
Oh yeah, that
very
would be
true.
great.
Itching my back.
Why is ours called today pretending to whatever it is, pretending to care?
I couldn't really think of a good
Backyard massacre.
backyard massacre.
Yeah.
Well, I don't want the other massacre thinking I'm copying them.
Oh.
We're copying them.
It's just a title.
Okay.
It's just a title. It's not
All
like
right.
our show is massacre. You can say backyard bonanza.
Okay. Hold on, I gotta turn the
Why you
keyboard
gotta be
back
so
on.
damn negative? Pretend to care.
Yeah.
Okay.
Negativity.
Bonanza.
There you go.
Okay. There we go. Save.
I don't even know what bonanza means. I need to go look that up real quick.
That's a TV show from the 1960s.
Yeah, but it means something.
A Western TV show.
Whoops, I put.
And my dad used to love watching those.
Oh, an exceptionally large and rich mineral deposit. Something that is very valuable, profitable, or rewarding.
Oh, neat.
A very large amount of sympathy.
No.
So it's a large amount of something. So we're just at a backyard bonanza of pain, sweat, tears, and fun.
Okay.
You know, it's kind of like you take these words for granted. You say them all the time. You kind of know what they mean, but you don't ever look it up.
Hey, will you let me in on the other computer?
Oh, yeah, if you wanted to change to your PC from your phone. Yeah. 1 second.
Okay, so I guess the jokes were stupid.
Aye.
Knock, knock. Kenneth,
Who's there?
Who's there?
I eat mop.
You eat mop?
Try it again. I'm sorry.
Okay, knock, knock.
Who's there?
I eat mop.
I ate my poop.
I ate my poop.
Ooh, you eat your poop?
Yeah, I get it.
So juvenile.
I like that one. That one's cool.
Okay, hold on.
What do clowns get turned on by?
I don't know if I want to know this one.
Clown titties?
No.
No.
Balloon blow-up dolls. I didn't think
Oh,
that one
God.
was funny.
What was the one I heard this morning I thought was pretty funny?
What do you do if your wife starts smoking?
Beat her with a stick.
Or dump water on her?
No, the footsteps of the city hall.
Slow down and use lubricant.
Oh, Jesus, man.
What? Oh.
Is there a baby in there?
No.
Oh, sounds like a baby.
Okay,
whistle.
hold on. I'm trying to reposition the Zoom window.
Really, you sound like a baby. You just hurt her feelings.
Who?
Kim.
I thought it was a dog.
You called Kim a dog?
No! Get out of here.
What's that, Alex?
It's my script.
Your script for what?
The plan, man.
Oh, okay. You got to talk about that on the show. You are in it? You got confirmation?
Oh yeah.
Cool.
I got like the most speaking parts
Out of every one of them? Or out of that play?
out of the only play I'm in.
Okay.
You know what? Don't let him fool you because apparently he's not as big as he thought he is because he's getting a director of coffee.
Well, he is Alex the intern.
It wasn't coffee. It was Red Bull. You don't have a new Red Bull flavor? It's dragon fruit.
Is it? I'm a bitch for
Ew.
my director flavor.
Yeah.
Dragon fruit.
I'm not a big fan of dragon fruit. It has a weird.
It doesn't taste bad, Like the Red Bull.
All right,
doesn't
I'm gonna
taste
stop
that bad.
messing with that.
Don't need to be drinking Red Bull.
I had a sip of it. I had a sip.
Red Bull is just terrible for you.
You know what? Red Bull's really good with Jaeger. Just saying.
Red Bull's really good in the garbage can.
Alba, she drinks Red Bulls.
One time I drank 11
It's worse than
11
Coca-Cola.
Red Bulls.
and
Oh,
Jaeger.
Mom.
God.
That's that day that you came and picked me up late.
That's what you had that day?
I had 11 Red Bulls and Jaeger. And then I
God.
had some drink that this lady gave me.
The dinner prices.
I don't know. I drank a lot.
So it'll be.
I had like 13 drinks and I couldn't walk.
I had to help you to my car. I
But I
remember
had
that.
the best time. I'm
I
a happy.
know you did.
I'm a happy drunk. Or sleepy. I'm sleepy and happy.
I don't know. Last time you got drunk and called us, you weren't happy.
I don't remember that.
Okay.
All right, I think we're ready to start. Let's do this shit, yo. 5, 4, 3, 2, microphone stand.
The following audio program contains mature content, including offensive language. Listener discretion is advised.
Play the radio. Make sure the kids hear words.
You're talking to the guy that remembers everything.
Remember that time we butt fucked? I don't feel okay with that. I really don't.
Robotator's a loser.
I'm not even saying anything anymore.
Why? Or maybe it's just I'm hogged up on caffeine. And
Because y'all get on to me for even saying anything. I'm done.
No,
I'm done.
I
I'm
didn't.
done.
You're supposed to fight back. Look.
I feel like you have a boner right now.
I don't.
The land of Fujiwa is a shitocracy.
First and foremost, I am not fucking RoboTuner.
Robo, fuck you.
That would be so tender.
Oh my
Number
God.
one.
That's the play for a stripper to just go, oh yeah, I listen to all of them all the time.
Why did the stripper turn to Matt
So where's
Thomas?
the stripper from?
Thomas, is that you, man?
I thought it was genius, RoboTuner. You did a fantastic job.
It is. I thought that I just wanted some money so I could buy some pop screen filters.
You dress up well, Thomas, man. I didn't know you were into this.
You little LARPer, you.
Someone shoot me. I have to live
Shelley.
with him. Yeah.
All these
He's trying to create a Mobius strip. A visual Mobius strip.
It's
Not a
working.
single one I follow, they sing their own theme song.
Well, they're doing it again and
Now I
again.
have my own, and I really must say, please offer us advertisement so we can do this for pay.
Do this for pay.
Back in 2015, just a desktop and 2 mics. We found it hard on social media to get any likes. Then we got new equipment and the world was much more fun. 3 years had gone by, now our studio is done. RoboTuner, master of debacle, sitting at the helm.
Sushi keeping Matt in check, true ruler of this realm.
Thunder K shocking both their asses into gear.
Alex the intern. Why am I even here?
We're glad that you have joined for this occurrence of our show. We can't think of lyrics for this part, so here we go. The song is almost over, starting at last. Broadcasting from the dungeon at Castle Fujiwa, it's RoboTuner's Insignificant Podcast. Occurrence 128 for Monday, April the 5th, 2021, in the year of the free animal's name that you shout when you're safe in the game of hide and seek. Once again, I forgot. I forgot to cue that sound again, since that's my job whenever the other two are remote.
Y'all can't be a remote anymore because that means RoboTuner gets to slack off.
No, I just get to make that sound myself.
I'm still not sure I follow the hide and seek thing.
Ollie oxen free.
Oxen free.
Yeah. You guys are
Old
That's
school.
before your time.
you guys are too old for me.
That's before your time.
I'm gonna need y'all to dumb down the old jokes. I need something newer. Okay.
Well, you're dumb enough for the
Wow.
You
Yeah.
know what? You're still. You really fit the a-hole bill really well.
rest of it. That's another project we don't want to talk about.
Well, building a-holes? Yeah, you're right. I don't want you to talk about that. All right. Well, greetings, RoboTuner, coming at you from the dungeon at Castle Fujiwa. Back again with that low-budget podcast style for your listening enjoyment, amusement, disgust, or all the above. Take your pick. Joining me once again across the table for me is my existing romantic life partner, Sushi.
Here I am.
Yes, and here this is.
Why don't you play that while you're introducing me?
Because I had to, I had to search for it while I was speaking.
Oh, okay.
So there's that, and then the master of all wishing wells, Thunder K.
God dang.
I guess it's master of all wishing wells. I mean, you collect all the money that comes out of the wishing wells. Like, I don't know. Is that your form of payment?
I don't get the reference.
There's really no reference. You're the master of all wishing wells, so you collect.
Boo, Matt, boo.
Are you saying that he collects wishes?
Yeah, no, he collects a percentage of he collects the percentage of earnings from other wishing wells that are under him. It's like a pyramid scheme.
Oh my God, I'm like Enron.
I don't even know how to feel about this. What? How do the wishes get
steal everybody's
granted?
wishes.
If you grant someone a wish, do you get part of their wish, and does someone above you get part of that wish?
No, it's like a gamble because if their wish comes true, then the wishing wells don't earn as much.
I don't even know.
So how does this work? Like if somebody says, "I wish I had a bigger penis," does theirs get bigger and mine get smaller? I don't. How does that work?
Yeah, you're kind of screwed, I guess.
Because I don't want that job. I quit.
Oh, well. Well, here's Alex the Inter, too. All right. So I'm glad that you two could make it back in time for our occurrence today.
Yep.
Oh, no comment, huh?
Totally intentional. Totally intentional. Don't mind him. He's actually in a competition right now.
Who?
Alex.
A competition for what?
That security competition.
Oh, okay.
For that scholarship.
Yeah. I thought you were going somewhere else with that. I didn't know the actual
look at the shirt.
competition.
It says Cybersecurity National Qualifier.
Yeah, I remember you saying that. That's a huge deal, man. We talked about that last week.
He's doing a lot of cursing.
That's very big league.
I haven't seen him make much progress, but he sure does curse a lot.
I just don't know. What is this?
What is this?
It's not going well.
No, I'm sure it'll get better. Well, we all had quite the busy weekend. Yeah, we named this occurrence this week Backyard Bonanza because that's literally where we spent the majority of our time. Not only cleaning most of the day on, for me, I spent a lot of the afternoon on Good Friday cleaning it because I was off, and then you went and helped your dad move some more stuff from his house, and then as soon as you came back, you and I both worked on the backyard, getting it cleaned up and organized and all that.
I reupholstered the chairs on Friday night.
Okay, that was Friday?
Yeah.
Okay, yeah. That's right.
Yeah, I reupholstered the chairs on Friday night, and then Saturday I helped my dad move, and then I came home and I tried to work in the backyard as best I could, but I was flipping exhausted.
Mm-hmm. And my allergies were the worst parts, too, from using the electric blower to get all the leaves and loose dirt off of the asphalt.
Yeah.
Yeah, I didn't see Matt much on Sunday.
And that's why, because I had sneezed so hard those 2 days, my chest was hurting. And the allergy medicines that I had taken on top of it just to keep from sniffling was kicking my ass.
And I keep making him laugh, and I don't mean to, but it's just, he goes.
It hurts.
He walks in the bedroom earlier, and he was like, I'm going to go to the bathroom. And I was like, yeah, keep me updated with that. Every time you go, let me know, okay? And he was like, oh, you're hurting me. I was like, you always tell me you're going to the bathroom.
Wait a second. Were you sitting on him?
No.
No.
You're hurting me.
Because his chest hurt from
Sneezing.
Oh, my God, you people don't understand me.
Yes, I understand.
Oh, I know what you're talking about, Alex. That was so long ago. I don't even remember doing it.
What? Wait a second. What?
You're talking about me jumping on Kenneth's chest when he was a baby?
No.
Oh, okay.
It's like, what does that have to do with it?
Wait, why were you sitting on Matt in the toilet?
I was not
You did this
sitting.
a long time ago?
No, I was not sitting on anybody on the toilet. I don't do
Is that.
that.
Is that like something I'm not familiar
Oh, wait,
with?
maybe don't explain.
That's not my kind of kink,
We'll
guys.
you keep that to yourself, okay?
Please, yeah.
Anyway, but aside from our cleaning and organization efforts, we had a good Easter, and we had a damn good brisket, too. Your boy did an excellent job of that.
He smoked that thing for over 24 hours.
Yeah, he did. Yeah, and I flipped
Put
it a
on
couple
the grill,
times, too.
smoked it with real smoke.
Do what?
What?
Nothing.
Do what?
I can't handle you guys right now.
What'd you say? What'd you say? Do what?
Nothing.
Boss?
That chicken was really good. It was really
Yeah,
really
Markham saved the day on that one, too.
Oh, yeah, that's right, because we ran out of propane in my propane grill.
Yep.
Yeah, but it was all good. It was all good stuff. And whenever you came back from your dad's house on Saturday, you actually brought back that synthesizer that you didn't know still existed.
I did. I got it.
Yeah,
I didn't tell Thunder K.
It's
but
a real.
I got it from Dad's house.
Yeah, it's a realistic brand, and it actually says by Moog. So Moog must have actually licensed certain electronics retailers to use their device and just slap their name on it.
He said the output's not working, but when you plug
No.
it in, can you play anything on it?
No, nothing. There's no audio whenever you press the keys.
Okay, so it just doesn't have any audio.
Right. Doesn't have any output. Yeah, it makes me wonder if it's the jack or something else that could be amiss.
Could be a capacitor. That thing is old.
It is old.
Yeah.
They didn't have solid state capacitors in those things.
Well, we were thinking about contacting somebody that would repair it, because it's worth its weight in gold, just for the noises that it makes.
Yeah, if it was a true Moog brand, thing would be worth some money.
Well, I think it's just worth the noises that it makes.
Yeah. Write a song on it and shit.
Well, I'm not gonna shit.
Like making it make helicopter sounds.
Yeah. So Kenneth can make fun. So Thunder K can make fun of me some more.
Is it an MG?
I have phone after that.
I will tell you exactly what model it is. Dustin from JJTM asking if it is an MG1.
Oh my gosh, that is so crazy. You had to be so detailed on that one, didn't you? Yeah, when I was a little kid, we used to play with it all the time. Remember that?
Yeah.
It was so fun.
By that, you obviously mean the synthesizer.
Yeah.
Yeah.
The synthesizer. That's what we would play with. All the time.
Okay. All it says on there, and I checked the back too, is that it's the brand is realistic, and it says synthesizer by Moog Incorporated. Moog, or it says licensed by Moog Products USA to Tandy Corporation. I didn't know Realistic was also another Tandy brand like Radio Shack was. Yeah. So, it's just, it looks like it just has maybe 2.5 octaves of keys on it, and then the rest are the usual Moog controls. If I had to guess, I would have to say it's somewhere in the mid 80s or so.
Yeah, it's...
I definitely want to get it working again, though.
You said by Moog and it's Tandy?
Well, Realistic brand, which was a Tandy company, yeah. Oh, are you looking up? Oh, cool. Yeah, he said.
Awesome.
Yeah, awesome, dude. I appreciate that.
So cool.
Yeah, I'd love to get it working again. Use it to write a Jet Noise song, or Robotuna song for our show. I've actually never had the privilege of owning those things. All the keyboards that I had growing up were Casio brand. The very first one I had was a dinky little thing that was. It was like a junior keyboard, and it did the for the backbeats. I think it was a CS1 or something like that. Then we got a bit more of an advanced Casio keyboard.
Yes. Yes, Dustin.
Guess what?
It is. It's like an MG1. I'm looking at it, and it has all the same keys as the MG1.
Okay.
Yep,
It's
it
just
is.
the realistic equivalent. Yeah, the realistic brand.
No, it is. It says Realistic Moog MG1.
Oh,
That's what
okay.
it is.
Okay.
Yeah, it's the exact same one.
Nice. Yeah, I'm glad your dad still had it at any rate.
Mm-hmm.
Can't wait to have soup. Can't wait to get that thing working again.
I've been trying to get my hands on that thing for I don't know how long. I called Dad and asked him, and he was like, "Oh, well, I don't know where it is," and he didn't want to give it to me.
Show the camera.
A used one is $750. 1981.
I don't have the cameras up right now, so I don't know if it's showing.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's what it was. That's what they're talking about.
All right, enough of that. Headphones once again.
They don't make them anymore.
All right, so I got a couple other things I wanted to talk about today. So before I get into gaming, there's something big. Well, not I wouldn't say big, but it's some news that I did some investigation on earlier today. So
You did work for the show?
well, this is for the show, but just let me go on here.
Just kidding.
So, with the numbers of COVID cases that seem to be on a downfall, depending on what state you live in and whatnot, I'm becoming a little bit more hopeful that we're a lot closer to having mass live events return in the hopefully near future than I was, of course, this time last year. At any rate, so did you know that today was the Rangers opening?
Yes.
The Rangers opening game at Global Life Stadium.
No, I didn't know.
Yeah,
I watched a little bit of that at Capricio's.
yeah. So I just saw a short little clip on YouTube. That place was packed. Like they weren't even. They didn't have like every other seat blocked off or anything like that. I didn't really take a close look to see if most of the people were wearing masks or not. I just thought it was interesting.
I'll tell you, one of the restaurants in Azle, the wait staff, Thunder K and Kim were telling me that the wait staff don't have to wear masks anymore, and people in the restaurant don't have to wear masks anymore. And when I went into Walmart, I had my mask on, but I saw multiple people without their masks on, and nobody was stopping them.
Yeah, so, and I think that's because most, or I don't want to say most, but a lot of businesses now are not, they can go either way. Either they can they can either enforce it, recommend it, or just not require it, because the actual not federal requirement, but the state requirement has been dropped.
I think that what people just aren't thinking about is the vaccine isn't something that makes the COVID go away. It
lessens the symptoms. Right.
But you can still have COVID and you can still spread it to other people.
Well, actually, CDC says that, or at least
I'm not listening to them anymore.
The CDC said that people who have gotten the vaccine are far less likely to spread COVID to other people.
Okay.
Well, that's good, but I still don't trust it.
And that's your right.
And I'm going to wear my mask.
Yeah, I still am too. I have no shame in it. None whatsoever. At any rate, amongst the subject of big events resuming in the near future once again, you know that last year in August, pre-pandemic, I was supposed to go to New York City to see Rage Against the Machine in Madison Square Garden with my friends from JGTM, right?
Yeah.
So May of last year, I remember it was like, middle of May, I got the official email that said that the show was going to be delayed for 1 year. So now the rescheduled date is 4 months away. I haven't heard anything from either the ticket holders or the venue itself as far as if it's for sure going to happen or if they're choosing either because of state guidelines, because the venue chose to, or if the band chose to reschedule it again. I haven't heard anything at this point. So I'm thinking to myself, okay, is this actually going to happen? So I did a little bit more research as far as New York City goes. And I found, I'm not sure how recent this article is, I found a story that New York is actually offering a digital passport called Excelsior that the state is hoping to kickstart like big events. So basically what it is that you have to live in New York. You have to have been like fully vaccinated in the state within 14 days or longer since your last shot. You've had a PCR, which I can't remember what it stands for, administered in the state of New York the last 3 days, or you've had an negative antigen test within 6 hours in order to get that pass downloaded on your phone. So that's great if you're a resident, but people that are traveling from out of town like us to see a big event where it's not happening in our own area, that doesn't do us any favors. But at any rate, that's the app itself is something that you can voluntarily download if you meet any of those criteria. So I read ahead a little bit, and according to Madison Square Garden's website, they're also mandating those three criteria. You have to provide proof of it. You either have to have a negative antigen test taken within 6 hours of the start time of the event, provide a proof of a negative PCR that's within 72 hours of the day of the event, or proof of the vaccination, which as long as you're 14 days or more from that date. So
that's 4 months away.
Yeah, that's 4 months away, and as of now, those are the three criteria I just read off that you have to meet in order to be able to let in to see any events there at Madison Square Garden.
Maybe it'll change in a couple of months.
Who knows? I was talking to the guys about this earlier this afternoon, and they said, man, it just seems that if they make like that passport mandatory, I'd like to see them enforce it for every single person going in the doors.
You can't make people take a shot.
Yeah.
They don't even make moms vaccinate their kids before they go to school.
Well, yeah, take a shot or provide evidence of a negative test.
Right.
So.
Well, I mean, provide. Now that I don't mind. I think being able to provide evidence of a negative test, that makes sense.
Mm-hmm.
You know, you're not being forced to take put a foreign object in your body. You're just, other than the swab that goes in your nose, but
yeah.
Other than that, that's the only thing, right? So you're not getting a shot. I just think that's something that's more feasible, plausible, whatever.
Yeah.
However you want to say it.
Well, again, it's not our state, so we don't have a say. So.
Well, somebody's got to have a say.
Yeah, it just makes me wonder. It makes me wonder if it's going to be pushed off again or just flat out canceled by either the venue, the guidelines that these venues are going by, or if the band's just going to either just scrap the dates altogether. I don't know what's going to happen. So, but it definitely does not give me any warm fuzzies about it at any rate. Plus,
something else to think about.
What's that?
I know that the Biden administration was talking about working with some of the companies and coming up with what they call the vaccination passport.
Yeah, that's essentially what this is for the state of New York, for residents of New York.
You'd have to have this to even get on the plane to get to New York.
Oh, yeah, and I know for a fact that all of the major airline executives, domestic ones, are speaking out against that for domestic flights. I mean, international flights, I mean, we can't control what other companies do, what the other countries do.
They haven't been making them do it this whole entire time. People have been flying on planes everywhere. So why would they all of a sudden start doing that?
Well, they quarantine people when they come in.
From other countries, but not domestically.
Right, not domestically.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, New York kind of did. Not coming in on airplanes, but they were checkpoints going in and out of New York where they'd have to get screened before they can come in.
Yeah, they were on heavy lockdown because during the first initial phase of the pandemic, they New York City got hit harder than most other cities.
That's because they have a high concentration of population all in one little
is why
tiny
they're-
place.
Well, yeah,
why
we've
they're
talked about this.
more stringent on things on people coming in.
Yeah, Manhattan Island's actually about the size of DFW Airport, and there are over 3 million people that live on it. Not just those that work there, the people that actually live there.
Yeah.
That is so freaking hard to imagine. And I've been there before. Anyway, that's all I wanted to say about it, really. Like I said, I don't have a great feeling about it. I just don't know how that's going to affect the date that we have or whatnot. So.
Well, I hope the rules change and you just have to show like a negative COVID test to get in.
Yeah.
And you can be from any state, so.
Yeah, at any rate. So I want to talk about some game stuff. I had another online game night with the Susie Ramone's kids once again. And I think they're starting to hate me as far as a game party member. And the reason is Overwatch. So I never actually played Overwatch until about 2 weeks ago. When I never really had the desire to play before, but it's one of those games that you can play it single player and go up against bots, but it's a lot more fun if you're playing against real people. So there's a character on there named Bastion, and Bastion is an android that has a gun for an arm, and one of his special moves is that he makes himself stationary, and his gun arm turns into a freaking Vulcan cannon, and it just you can basically mow down anybody with bullets with the 300 clip drums. And I use that technique over and over and over again. And Ivy, Susie's older star, she's like, Matt Thomas, if you need to stop shooting at me because it's just plain rude. And then they're just saying, fuck you, goddammit. And any other curse word you can think of. They were all throwing them at me, all three of her kids.
And then they ban you from playing that character.
Yeah. Then Brian, who her son, who hosts the sessions, he said, "You are banned from using Bastion from this point forward." It was funny. It was still a good time though. Why is it saying we're running out of time?
What meeting?
Oh, it's because Kenneth had joined twice in Zoom.
Oh, that's what it is.
Shit. I didn't think that happened because I actually canceled it.
Well, so we're still playing Valheim.
Or canceled the other login.
And while you do that, I'll talk about Valheim.
Okay. I'll just watch the timer, and then whenever it ends, I'll just send another invite.
So we built a humongous wall in the game, like a humongous wall in actually on Thunder K server. And it took us a couple of days, but we got it done, and it's really awesome. So then I was in my game, and I've done, all my accomplishments have been done on Thunder K server. Well, I hung the heads on my stones, because that's what you have to do, is hang the heads of the major bosses on the stones so you can get a buff.
Oh, yeah?
I've hung the heads on all the stones for all the bosses that are in the game. I have not beaten the bosses from the game on my own instance of it. So today, I had today off, and I went and beat the second boss. And I had asked my son, I was like, hey, so, when you beat a boss, well, first, so just so you know, when you beat a boss, all of a sudden you get this rush of, it's almost like a rush of beasts that come at you. So the first boss is it says Ithacur rallies the forest creatures. So if you have doors open, you'll get hogs running at you. You'll get these things called necks running at you, and you have to, you don't have a choice. You have to kill them because they'll all come at you at once. Okay. Well, I asked Markham. I was like, hey, if I kill the Ent, well, what comes with that? Does anything come with that? He said no. And I was like, okay, so I killed it by myself, no help, and I didn't use cheats. And I was very proud of myself, by the way.
That is awesome.
I go back to my house. I'm building a stone wall because I know when I kill the other 3 on my server that there's going to have these other kinds of rushes that come in. One is fire people, one is skeletons, and one is trolls. They'll come and tear down your walls.
Oh, your house, yeah.
Yeah. So I was like, okay. And then I started noticing that there were these brutes all over my property. And I was like, where did these guys come from? Well, when you kill the ent, right, all the brutes come into play. And I did not have brutes in my game until then. So I was like, well, now I know. Now I know that you get a rush of brutes. And they don't like rush you. They're just always around at night when it goes dark. They just come into your area.
Okay.
So anyway, I'm going to kill the rest of the bosses and continue to build up my stuff.
And continue to build you will. How many stories is your castle now, or your house?
Oh, my house it's really, I guess you could say it's 3 stories for the work house that I built where all the workbenches are. Because the first and second story are covered, but the third story is open and it leads to a tree house. And then you can climb up in the tree and go further. And then I built a bridge from the workhouse to the wall so that you could go from the workhouse to the wall and then survey the the surroundings and shoot them with arrows if you need to.
Well, that's cool. I'm just checking the time on the Zoom session because I'm gonna have to restart it in a couple minutes here.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, there's no way I can stop it unless I become a paid subscriber for it, which I'm not going to do.
Yeah. So I'm having a lot of fun. I mean, I really like this game. I tried to find a different game to play last night for the show. I was like, let me try and play a different game, and I couldn't keep my mind off of it, so I went right back to the game. Sorry.
No, you shouldn't have to apologize. Valheim is a really in-depth game for what you can do, especially since it's not even at full retail version yet.
Yeah.
Still somewhat early access.
Yeah, I have a lot of fun playing that. We, like Shelly said, we built a huge wall, and the other day, I said, Shelly, hop on the boat. So we hopped on the boat and went down the ocean, and we found this little island. And
yeah, that was awesome.
Yeah, and then we kind of terraformed the island to make it bigger. And I made it as big as I possibly could, and then we built this structure on there. And then I was messing with Shelly, and I kind of spawned a troll for her to, just kind of freak her out. And I don't know how it happened, but next thing you know, I'm spawning serpents, and basically the island became like an island of monsters.
It was like a battlefield. It was battle royale going on.
We had
Really?
like 50 Loxes on one side and 50 trolls on the other, and they were just battling it out.
And he had built me a place to sit so I could sit and observe. Go ahead.
Yeah, she couldn't fly on my server, but I built a place for her to sit, and they destroyed it in like 10 seconds.
Jeez.
It was awful. And they're fighting out in the ocean. They're swimming in the ocean, fighting each other. I tell you, the game mechanics are just crazy in this game, and you could spawn. And then the funny thing is they all fight each other.
Mm-hmm.
It's great.
Yeah, didn't you say, Sushi, that you found Odin twice?
Yeah, I
in
saw
the
him
game?
twice. And actually, Thunder K pointed him out the first time. He's like, come here, come here, come here. I was like, hold on. He goes, no, you got to drop what you're doing and come here right now. So I walked over. He goes, see that over there? That's Odin. And I went, oh my gosh. Well, and then we were, and it's only been on his server, not mine. We were over, he had knocked down a ton of trees. And so I was chopping him up, and I looked over, and he was like hiding behind, not hiding, but he was behind one of the logs that had fallen over, and he was just standing there. And I was like, oh, there's Odin, there's Odin. He's like, where? And then Odin disappeared, and I was like, well, now I look like a liar, but I swear he was standing right there.
Have you seen him, Thunder K?
Yeah, he's
I saw him I was going to show Shelly. I was like, I better get her over here, because if I tell her it's him and then he disappears, she's not going to believe me.
Yeah.
Well, speaking
She
of
still doesn't believe me about Thor.
Oh, what was that?
I still haven't seen Thor.
Oh, Thor? Yeah, I was going to say I wouldn't be surprised if he appeared also, or Freya.
And don't think for 1 second I don't look straight up at the sky every time it rains just so that I can see Thor, and he's never showed up.
I've only seen him once. But anytime there's lightning outside, there's a possibility he'll show up. That game was the best $20 I've spent in a long time.
I know, it's crazy. It was only $20.
That's a bargain.
I still have one more monster to kill.
Which one?
One more boss.
No, we don't. Do we have one more?
Yeah.
Which one?
One more. It's the half skeleton guy. I can't remember his name.
Oh, I haven't killed him.
Okay,
either.
like a half undeadling. Okay. Hey, Thunder K, I'm going to have to end the session and restart it. Otherwise, it's going to cut you off. So,
okay.
Thunder K will be right back after these messages. Well, not really. We don't have any sponsors.
Yeah, we need Alex the intern to create a commercial. Oh, look, it's just your face.
Well, that's on the Zoom window. I'm going to stop the video. Look, everyone can see my name now.
That's your name.
Yep. I'm not Thomas.
That's why everybody calls you Thomas.
Well, Ivy, Susie's oldest daughter, she only refers to me by my first and last name. Even though nobody else is named Matt whenever I join them for their family game night.
Yeah, but I think it's just habit.
I just think it's funny. I gave her a hard time about it, too. Okay, let me see here. Time to join him back as a participant, motherfucker. Okay. Everyone's going to see his email address, too. No, not really. It doesn't capture this window. So what else is new with you, baby?
Oh, I have to work Saturday. Which
Oh, that sucks.
Wasn't really looking forward to that. You know, you get a new job, and they don't tell you all the details of your job. They're just like, you're hired. And you're like, okay, I needed a job anyway, right? So you're like, okay, what are the details? Oh, well, you're going to be answering phones. Oh, they didn't tell me I was going to be doing that. And then I was like, okay, fine, I'll answer phones. Then the next thing you know, I have to work Saturdays. And during the tax season, one Sunday.
You never told me about Sundays before.
Yeah, I was like, are you serious? I was not very happy.
Ooh.
Because I was like, what am I doing here? What is my job? I mean, but at the same time, I also have to consider the fact that this job is, and I don't want to say it's easy, but it's
Not challenging?
It's not as challenging as my past jobs have been, where I was trying to get people to get into the system and start using it. This one, I just monitor people who are already in the system and using it. So
Okay. And look, there's Thunder K, who's back.
The biggest challenge is that I have to deal with people who are not happy with the product.
Yeah,
Whereas the position I had before, they were just getting into the product, so I got them excited about it, and they stayed excited.
And then they realized how subpar the product was. Then they would get angry.
Well, no, they weren't really angry. They understood that we were a startup, so it wasn't subpar by any means. Like even as a startup, it was a pretty decent build of a product. It had its quirks, but
Yeah,
I
as
mean,
most do.
Yeah, most do. At my old company.
All right. So Thunder K, can you hear us once again now that you are returned?
Yep.
Okay. Wanted to be certain. All right. So I have just a little bit of video game stuff to talk about. So I've mentioned on a couple of occurrences in the past of the Wales Interactive 5-pack of full motion video games that they published over the last 5 years or so that are all varying types of games and quality and whatnot. And the one that I've chosen to get into over the last couple days is called The Infectious Mind of Dr. Decker, which essentially, this game is a shrink simulator. You play a psychiatrist, and you just spend each day talking to your different patients, trying to find out what their issues are and cure them of their mental illnesses. And you can either enable them to use them more, whether they're for good or bad or just out of curiosity, or you can convince them that their powers or that they think that they have don't exist. And the other subplot to the game is that you can either spend most of your time attempting to cure them of their ailments, or you can actually find out which of them is the prime suspect in your predecessor's murderer. And you actually find out, little tidbits here and there as far as the different characters and how they all, and even outside of their therapy sessions, how some of them may have interacted with others at certain points in time, and how they all may have actually had some involvement with Dr. Decker's demise afterwards, after the fact, whether they had anything to do with it directly or not. So, it's pretty intriguing, to say the least. It's like I said, just like the other games that they make, it's essentially an interactive movie, except without grainy VGA graphics. That was the only thing I hated about games back then that were full motion video.
Did y'all play anything new?
Kind of like the Adventures of Zork or whatever it was called.
Oh, the original Zork? Like the text?
No, there was a 90s stop motion, or not stop motion, but motion. It was all video. And you,
yeah,
it was
FMV.
kind of like Phantasmagoria, only with Zork.
Oh, yeah, that was Return to Zork. I remember seeing playing demos of that in Best Buy when I was in high school.
Yeah, I actually bought it and beat it. That it wasn't hard because there wasn't a whole lot of content on there, but it was a lot of fun.
Yeah, I remember.
Back then, it was like a novelty to see, real people, like a movie on computers. That was kind of unheard of until CDs came out.
Yeah, it really was, because before, the only way that you could have that technology was in laser discs, and even as such, they were ridiculously priced back then because it was a niche technology.
They were the size of a small pizza.
Yeah, they were 12 inches.
I relate everything to food. That's how I roll.
Yep. All right. So that's all I had for video game stuff. Did you have anything else as far as games or movies or fun media, Thundercade?
No, we've been dealing with issues over at my house. I didn't really have any time to play any new games. I've been playing Valheim with Sushi, and my wife's been dealing with medical issues.
Yeah.
So I don't really have much this week. It's been a tough week.
Yeah, I hear that, man. All right. So with that being said, do you want to do the news or conspiracies first? News first?
Dude.
What?
It's like you forgot the show.
The only reason why I asked is because I don't have music for news to come up.
News.
Sushi news. Go.
Sushi, go.
Oh, okay.
You're not going fast enough. Come on.
Sorry.
Hey, you're the intern. You're not the producer.
He just came out of the shitter. I did.
Sealed copy of Super Mario Brothers sells for record price of $660,000.
I saw that, and that's fucking ridiculous.
A Texas-based auction house announced a sealed copy of Super Mario Brothers for the Nintendo Entertainment System sold for $660,000, the highest price ever fetched for a video game. Heritage Auctions, based in Dallas, said the copy of Super Mario Brothers that was sold as part of the Comics and Comic Art auction during the weekend was part of a short run that was produced in 1986, before Nintendo switched from shrink wrap packaging to a sticker seal.
Oh, so that's why it was worth so much. It just wasn't a sealed package. It was one that had a limited, that was made just a very limited number of that particular packaging.
Yeah.
Now I get it.
Since the production window of this copy and others like it was so short, finding another copy from the same production run in similar condition would be akin to looking for a single drop of water in an ocean. Never say never, but there's a good chance it can be done. Some lady named Valerie McLecky, video games director for Heritage Auctions, said in a statement. The video game had been purchased as a Christmas gift in 1986, but it ended up spending 35 years untouched in a desk drawer. Holy crap.
God.
You know, it's funny that the video game community is more is also very interested in archiving any type of cartridge that is out of the ordinary. Like somebody's mom worked for Sega in early 90s, and she would get these cartridges with development runs of, say, like Alien Force or Sonic the Hedgehog, and they would let them bring them home for testing, and they never get brought back. They get stuck in closets and whatnot, and they actually they're the first thing they want to do when they see those things is they want to dump them just for historical archiving purposes. Not so much. Nobody wants to play a half-finished video game, but
exactly
maybe they do. But they just want it for historical purposes, and they're finding all kinds of interesting things. Like there was one called Alien Force that was so rare that they were very excited to get it, but by the time they got it plugged in and turned it on, it was a completely different Japanese-based game that was being translated to English, which was also very rare.
I haven't heard about that one specifically. That's interesting. But on the same subject of games that would sell today ridiculously high, that movie Nintendo Quest I've mentioned to you before, Thunder K. At the time that movie, at the time that movie was made, the most expensive U.S.-based NES cartridge that on the market was Stadium Events, which was the first iteration of what then became World Class Trackmate. It was originally made by Bandai, and only 10,000 copies, if that, were sold across the U.S. before Nintendo caught wind of it and decided to buy the rights to not only the game itself, but their pad, and rebrand it underneath the Nintendo brand.
Yeah, that pad was awful.
Yeah. And the game itself, just loose copy, sold for like $8,000, but a sealed copy around $15,000. Yeah, and this Super Mario Brothers package, or this Super Mario Brothers cart with the limited that only had limited number of a certain type of packaging, just trumps it all. And it just floors me.
So my next article that I read, which I thought was really interesting, and I felt like it went hand in hand with the video game, is Jack Dorsey's first ever tweet sells for millions.
How can you sell a tweet?
Yeah, that's what I'm sitting there going.
It says the social media post, which said just setting up my Twitter, was first published in March 2006 and was sold to Malaysia-based businessman Sina Estavi.
I have Jack Dorsey's original one too. I just printed it off on my HP printer.
But you don't own it.
I own it.
Nope, you own that printed copy, but you don't own the rights.
Man, this is such a gray area I don't even want to go down a rabbit hole for.
The Twitter post was sold as a non-fungible token, NFT, to Estavi.
Okay. I was wondering how the transaction happened. Go on.
An NFT is a unique digital certificate that states who owns a photo, video, or another form of online media. Estavi wrote on the microblogging site, "This is not just a tweet. I think years later people will realize the true value of this tweet, like the Mona Lisa painting." Dorsey revealed that he plans to convert the proceeds to Bitcoin and then donate them to the Give Directly Africa's Response Fund.
Oh, well, that's cool.
I don't know. I don't think that quote is going to age well. It's like that guy who back in the 1800s, where he said that he worked for the patent office, and he said that there's no reason to hand out any more patents because everything that's been invented's already been invented, or that could be invented has already been invented.
Yeah. Okay. Well, that's a small-minded man. But
obviously sucked at his job too.
Well, the thing is that the reason I even brought this to our attention on our show is that this is starting to become a trend. People are starting to sell their NFT for things that they've done. And that archiving you said about video games, that's another thing they're doing is they're using those as those NFTs as a way of archiving.
Yeah, it's like a digital watermark. And now that you mention it, Dustin actually, whenever he takes his professional photos that have his company logo on them, that I think that also contains an NFT, which is how you can tell that his version is authentic versus somebody that tries to just copy it. Yeah.
Well, a non-fungible token is not really something that you put on a picture. A copyright or a logo or something you can put over the picture that says no copies can be made.
Mm-hmm.
That's something different from an NFT. An NFT is actually an encrypted file attached to whatever social media thing that you have.
Okay.
So that big long line of crap that you read and it has a number 1287355 on your browser when you go to a website.
Right.
It's similar to that.
Okay.
And my last but not least news story.
I'm helping you out. So.
Yeah. NASA gives all clear, Earth safe from asteroid for 100 years. Phew. Now here comes some good cosmic news. NASA has given Earth the all clear for the next century for a particularly menacing asteroid. The space agency announced this week that new telescope observations have ruled out any chance of Apophis smacking Earth in 2068. That's the same 1,100-foot, 340-meter space rock that was supposed to come frighteningly close in 2029 and again in 2036. NASA ruled out any chance of a strike during those two close approaches a while ago, but a potential 2068 collision still loomed. First detected in 2004, Apophis is now officially off NASA's asteroid risk list.
Well, that's great. The only asteroids I have to worry about in my life are the ones that I produce.
You produce asteroids?
Yes, we all do. In the toilet. Sometimes several times a day.
We don't have crickets.
Not today.
I know.
Because Thunder K is away.
You just thought you could get away with it because we don't have crickets?
I got to make some jokes. That's part of the charm of the show.
You do. That was funny. It was funny.
All right, so let's do the conspiracy music here. Mass Effect Game Over music. Okay.
So, I've talked about a lot of these subjects before. Oh, okay.
We're getting some feedback from Dustin in the chat. So he does have encrypted attachments on his photos so he can track them. NFT and social media aren't the same. Okay.
Yeah. Sorry, it was weird. I don't know what else to say. Anyway, so, we've talked about meat and stuff like that and how it's being produced in science labs.
Yes.
And you call them Kentucky Fried
Mutants, yes.
Fried Mutants. Okay.
Or McFetus.
Yeah.
McFetuses.
So there is a conspiracy that we are currently eating chicken that is produced that way. Because as a country, we eat 1 billion chicken wings a year. 1 billion chicken wings a year.
Just wings, not any of the other parts, like
Just
the breast
wings.
or
just wings.
Legs.
And with that being said, there are people out there that are saying there is no possible way that we are able to produce that much chicken in this country in that short period of time. And so what they're saying is that meat is being 3D printed, biomeat printed, 3D printed, and being served up to us right now.
3D printed?
Mm-hmm. That's what they're saying.
Okay, I can imagine them doing that with the bones, but what would the meat consist of? Unless it's some kind of artificial goop or something, or if it's tofu or something.
Okay, so
like organic.
You remember how when we would get that chicken from Kroger and I'd be like, there's something really weird with this chicken? And it was chicken breasts. And I always be like, I don't know about this chicken. I don't know about this chicken. And then I started getting chicken from Walmart and it was different. And I was like, see, I told you there's something weird about this chicken versus the Walmart chicken. And I don't know what that means or what the difference is. I know that Walmart gets their chicken from Tyson. They just repackage it and put Walmart on it, right? So I was like, I don't know. I don't know where this chicken's coming from. But I stuck with Walmart after that.
You know what I have to say about this? You just take these chicken wings, learn to shop again, and we eat so free.
Sorry. Gross. That's all gross.
Yeah. Well, you remember.
I know that they glue meat together.
Do you remember me talking about that story about how they were turning poop into hamburger patties?
Yeah.
In China.
That was disgusting.
Or Japan. I don't know.
No, it was China.
It was China. That's what I thought. So anyway, that's a conspiracy that they're 3D printing meat. I have another one. It is weather manipulation.
Weather manipulation. Oh yeah, That's right. You did talk about Taco Bell meat last week and camel meat. Makes me wonder if it's dromedary or bacadary meat, and if there's any difference in the consistency.
I mean, I'm not offended by camel meat. I don't know.
I don't know either.
I thought it was soybean meat, to be honest. I thought it was just soy. But if it's camel meat,
I think it's frozen meat that's been frozen since 2018.
It's freeze dried since 1955.
Yeah,
Shit.
It's like vintage meat. Vintage, like wine, only with meat.
Yeah.
I saw a fucking ridiculous ass video on Facebook. It was at least a year ago, and it was some dude from one of those northeastern European countries like Turkey or maybe Turkey or one of those countries in Eastern Europe. Anyway, but he barbecued a whole damn camel.
Mm-hmm.
That was the most fucking ridiculous thing I've ever seen. I just think to myself, I've never seen anyone barbecue a whole animal of that size.
You can look on YouTube and see people doing it all the time.
Really?
Yeah. I won't even tell you how they cook dog.
I don't even want to know.
Yeah. I've already told Markham, and I think I scarred him for life. Because I was talking to this lady who was from Vietnam, and she said, yeah, they eat dog. It's not, it's not a pet there. It's food. They eat it.
Yeah.
And I was like, okay. So I'll just tell you. I mean, it sounds terrible, but I'll just tell you what she told me. She told me what they would do is they would not feed the dog for like 5 or 6 days so that the dog was starving. And then they would put bowls of uncooked rice outside.
Yes, you have told me this.
Eat that, and they would eat the rice, and their stomachs would basically kill them from the inside.
Yeah.
And then they would roast the dog and the rice, and they'd eat the rice out of the stomach. Yeah. So now you know.
That last part I didn't know.
Yeah, that's what she told me, and I was like, "That's good to know."
Ugh.
I don't know about all that.
I just think about Shiner, our sweet doggy.
I know, that's what I think. But to them, it's not. It's not a pet.
Yeah, it's part of. It's not taboo and illegal like it is here.
It's not a social norm.
Yeah.
Okay, so weather manipulation. We've all heard of HARP. No, not harpy. Maybe we haven't heard of HARP. Let me make sure I say exactly what it is. I'm going to type it out. I know what it is, but I just want to get the explanation of what it is exactly. It says that the HARP program has expired, but HARP weather
Hey, Matt, did you read what Dustin wrote?
Yeah, I do. Yeah, that's something that he told me about when we were in Austin, that he did have a cousin that worked for Blizzard and got on the he was on the basically the ground floor of developing World of Warcraft, and he, I think, made some serious money and went off and to work for BioWare and worked on Mass Effect series. But I don't remember all the things that he was getting into with 3D printers. So I remember him talking about it. I just don't remember specifically, like if he was making guns or things of that nature.
So, just so you know what HARP is, it's the High Frequency Active Auroral Research Program, or HAARP. It's a scientific endeavor that's aimed at studying the properties and behavior of the ionosphere. Okay, so we're going to stop there.
Okay, because I don't know what the ionosphere is.
Okay, let me give you the definition of what the ionosphere is.
I think it's like, I mean, it's you know, the Earth has different spheres around it that protects us against many different things. Like I think the atmosphere, which gives us, you know, oxygen, allows us to breathe.
Yeah,
The
and gravity.
lithosphere, the ionosphere, and then the mesosphere. One of those protects us against UV rays from the sun. And then the other two have different specific functions. There's like four. There's four different spheres.
So the layer of the Earth's atmosphere that contains a high concentration of ions and free electrons and is able to reflect radio waves.
Do they cost money on other spheres?
It lies above the mesosphere, can't talk, and extends from about 50 to 600 miles above the Earth's surface. So with that being said, hold on, he just said printing laws are lax in Europe, so they were developing ways to print flesh for burn victims.
Oh, that's
I knew
right.
that. Yeah, I knew about that.
Now I remember.
So we'll get back to the weather thing, and then we'll turn back to what Dustin's saying in chat. But so basically, the conspiracy theory around this is while HARP was supposed to be doing research on the ionosphere in Alaska, what they were doing is they were creating weather patterns that were destructive over a period of time to thin the herd.
I've heard about this. I actually heard about this several times over the last 10 years or so.
Mm-hmm.
That people have developed technology to change weather patterns.
Mm-hmm.
Not climate, mind you. Climate's long-term, weather's short.
So that's one conspiracy theory that I found.
Meat isn't out of the question. It's never out of the question with you.
No, he's saying so if they can 3D print skin for burn victims, then meat is not out of the question. Meat can be 3D printed.
Yeah. I got it.
But what Robotator said, and what I'd like to know is what is the meat made of?
What's their source material?
Yeah. What's their source material? And it kind of makes me think of chicken McNuggets, because that's all that is particle meat.
Chicken McNuggets is basically a paste.
Yeah. That they've created out of mushed up meat.
Death Burger.
Yeah. So I wonder if they're getting their ideas on how to make the mushed up meat from McDonald's. Who knows? I don't know. But it is a conspiracy out there. Last one. There's a conspiracy theory that we are all in a simulation, that we aren't real, and there is some proof out there that this is possible. For instance, you can create and encode DNA viruses.
Well, what do you think the coronavirus vaccine is?
Right.
Well,
it actually has messenger RNA that it puts into your cells that makes your body think that you have at least part of the coronavirus,
right,
without injecting you with the coronavirus.
And then there's also the deja vu and the Mandela theory. All of those are contributed to that. We're in a matrix. Someone's playing a video game. We're all part of this video game.
What a shitty video, man.
I know. Can I play a different game?
There's the butterfly effect too. That movie with Ashton Kutcher.
I'm sorry. I have one more. I forgot about this one.
Okay.
This one, we've talked about things like this in the past. The CIA has a bunch of documents that they released about mind control and what they were doing to research mind control. And one of them is that, in the 1950s, they went in and, they gave people LSD and did a bunch of things. Remember when they made it illegal to put messages in songs? Like they were putting
Yeah, subliminal messages.
Subliminal messages in songs, and it became illegal.
Mm-hmm.
This is strictly because of the CIA experimenting on people.
And all the bands from the 70s and 80s that got accused of that too before that was actually the brain. That was the mind child of Tipper Gore whenever she was heading up the PMRC before the parental advisory stickers were invented.
Yeah. So, long story short, our government is trying to control us. And in a way, if you look at TV shows, if you look at commercials, if you look at movies, there's a lot going on in these movies that wasn't allowed way back then that is allowed now and directs our people to go in that direction. People are overly sexualized. People, there's a lot of violence. Even music now. Even music is being manipulated.
WAP.
Yeah. Well, there's a lot more than just WAP. There's domestic violence in songs, and people are trying to normalize it. Where we were in the 80s and the 90s, people were fighting to get their voice heard for inequalities. Now it's turned into songs about sex, songs about violence, it was violent then, but it was violent, it felt like, because they were fighting for inequalities, Now it's just violence for violence.
Violence sake, yeah.
And now it's just sex.
Yeah, and that's not entertaining to me. I don't like shock for shock value. And if it has a message or some kind of comedy behind it, yeah, I'm not really into it.
I wonder if we should have a show dedicated to conspiracy theories and get Dustin on the show. He really wants to talk about them.
Yeah, he and Stubbs get really deep on the subjects. I'm just more of a surface on a lot of these. Unless I really delve into them, I'm more of a surface contributor for them.
It would be interesting to compare notes.
It's not my thing.
Because I read everything I can, but to be very complete and utterly honest, I understand what I read, but I cannot verbalize it back to you. I could write a 10-page, report on everything I read, and it will be very clear. But to speak it out loud, I have a really difficult time relaying the message that I got. So it would be awesome to hear someone else talk the things that I know about in my head.
Yeah.
Yeah. But those are all the conspiracy theories I have today. I'm really just buying time for,
Oh yeah, the World Economic Forum. That's right. It was supposed to be in May, and now it's August. I don't remember.
The thing with that.
I know you mention it all the time, but I still remember.
I feel like they already had it. But they're not talking about it.
And this is just a public spectacle that they're arranging.
Yeah.
To internationally televised.
Right. It's not televised.
Or not televised, but to internationally
it's
distribute.
It's talked about internationally. News is talking about it, but secretly, I feel like they've already met and discussed the matters. And Prince Charles is heavily involved in all of this.
And cannibalism.
Yeah,
that's another one of your theories.
I don't know if do we talk about that on the show?
The royal family being cannibals? Yeah.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah.
Cool. All right. So that's all I have.
Maybe that's why Megan's like, come on, Harry, we're getting the fuck out of here.
Yeah, she's like, I'm a vegan.
Why didn't you tell me before we got married?
We don't eat people.
My mom's never going to accept you now. Well, actually, no, his mom's dead. Sorry. My dad's never going to accept you now.
Right.
See how quickly I corrected myself there? Jeez.
Yep. That could have been bad.
Yeah. Okay, well, are we ready for Stump the Robotuna?
I feel like
And I don't remember any of the questions that you asked before we started to ask us if you've ever read them to us or not.
Okay, so I'm going to... I like to do this because you guys never know the answers.
Well,
So
that's a point, isn't it?
I'm going to ask questions that I've asked before.
All right.
To
and
see if they've retained any information.
let me bring back over. Okay, yeah, Alex is there to keep score good.
I mean, it's not as if I can retain very much, but even still, I'm going to see if you guys can.
Okay. Bring it on.
Okay. Which email service is owned by Microsoft?
Okay.
Okay.
Hotmail.
Correct.
Ooh, quick on the draw on that one.
Outlook is also a viable answer.
Which country produces the most coffee in the world?
Shit.
Alex, the answer in Bolivia.
No.
No.
Robotuner. Brazil.
Correct.
I knew it was South
He
America.
finally, this is the third time I've asked.
I thought it was more than that.
No, that was the third time. All right. Which song by Louis Fonsi and Daddy Yankee has the most views of all time on YouTube?
What song by those people has the most views of any song on YouTube?
Yeah.
Seriously?
Mm-hmm.
Oh, shit.
Okay, I'll just give you.
I bet it's a pop song
I'll
or.
do I'll do multiple choice.
Okay.
Is it A? Oh my gosh, hold on.
Is it even an English name?
Yeah. Is it A? We Got the Beat. B. Oh my gosh, I can't think right now. Hold on. I got a list of songs.
I think it's We Got the Beat.
I think it's We Got the Beat.
No.
Alex, the answer We Got the Beat.
No. Hold on.
That's not my actual answer.
Yeah, don't guess yet. Letter.
I'm not thinking real clear. I'm real tired today. Sorry, guys. Is it The Weeknd? Save Your Tears? That's B. Is it... Oh, man, I just really messed up. You know what? Never mind. I'm going to switch to the next song. I can't do this.
All right. Well, what was the answer?
It was Despacito.
Despacito?
Yeah.
I don't even know that song.
Yeah, I don't
know
either.
of it.
Oh, I do know the song. Never mind. What was the first state?
Robotuner.
Uh-huh.
Massachusetts?
No.
Ah,
Alex,
shit.
the answer Virginia.
No.
Thunder K. Gas.
Gas.
Yeah. That's the first state.
Oh, my gosh. State in America.
Oh, you didn't clarify.
Oh, my gosh.
Gas, liquid, solid.
What is the first state in America?
State.
Georgia.
You already asked Alex, the intern.
Texas.
You
No.
can't keep guessing.
Ohio.
Thunder K. Pennsylvania.
No, it was Delaware.
Ah. When Washington crossed the Delaware. That's a good way to remember it.
What is the capital city of Spain?
You've asked this one before,
Okay.
too. Oh.
Madrid.
Who okay.
Yeah.
Yes,
That's
that is
okay,
correct.
Yeah,
That
he
is
got it.
correct. What is the painting La Gioconda more usually known as?
Alex, the answer
Yeah,
the Mona Lisa.
correct.
La Gioconda.
What is Chandler's last name in the sitcom Friends?
Robotuner.
Thunder K.
Bean.
Spell it.
Beane.
No,
Bing, like Bing Crosby. B-I-N-G.
correct.
Oh, I thought it was Bean.
No, Bing.
Ah.
Chandler Bing.
Like the outdated, well, the not outdated, but the non-existent search engine that Microsoft had to accompany IE and Edge.
Who did Madonna kiss at the 2003 VMAs?
Robotuner.
Uh-huh.
Britney Spears.
And
And, well, Christina Aguilera was on stage with him, but she didn't kiss her.
yes, she did.
She did? Okay,
Yes.
so that's my answer then.
I guess you got that right.
Okay.
How much does the Chewbacca costume weigh?
You have not asked this one before. I know what it's made of.
Pounds.
Huh?
What was your answer?
30 pounds.
No.
Okay. I was just throwing. I don't know.
That's what I was thinking. Alex the intern, 50 pounds.
No. God dang.
Wouldn't it be crazy if Peter Mayhew was actually buried in his Chewbacca costume?
I mean, if you wore the Chewbacca costume and walked around the neighborhood 3 times, you'd lose weight.
Oh,
if it was 50 pounds. Anyway.
Let's see.
Robotuner. Uh-huh.
Like fun.
I am going to guess 25 pounds.
Jeez, no, it's 8 pounds, guys.
8
Come on.
pounds?
Can you imagine
That's
Can you imagine wearing a 20-pound costume and walking around going because you're,
Why would you sound like a gorilla?
well, because you'd be walking around in a 50-pound costume.
I didn't say 50, I said 25.
Not that heavy. 20 pounds is not that heavy.
Okay.
Especially for someone as big as Peter Mayhew and Jonas Satomo, who plays him
You
now.
know my granddaughter, right? She's over 20 pounds.
Yeah, carrying a kid for a long period of time hurts your arms.
It does. I remember when
That's
Ainsley
just
was
carry
little.
around your arm, not your whole body.
Okay. What colors are the Norwegian flag?
The Norwegian flag?
That's what I said.
Okay.
Thunder K light blue.
No.
White.
Mm-mm.
That's another one. Alex the intern, red and white?
No.
I don't think it's Switzerland.
That's Canada. That's Canada.
Canada. That's also Japan.
Canada.
It's also Japan.
Yeah.
Red, white, and blue.
You already guessed.
I'm just throwing words out there.
Okay.
I'm not even guessing.
I have no idea. I'm not going to guess.
Red, white, and blue.
Oh, it is.
What?
Yeah.
Dumbass.
You didn't know either.
Name the 3 primary colors.
Alex the intern.
Okay.
Red, blue, yellow.
Correct.
He's quick on the draw for that one.
I know colors.
Oh. Which name is rapper Sean Combs better known by?
Robotuner.
Okay.
Robotuner.
Puff Daddy, a.k.a. Puffy, a.k.a. P. Diddy.
Correct. Which is the only vowel on a standard keyboard that is not on the top line of letters?
Robotuner. A.
Correct.
That was real easy. I just glanced down on my keyboard.
How many
Cheater.
How many phases of the moon are there?
Alex the intern, 12.
No.
Thunder K 30.
No.
Oh. No, there's not.
Robotuner?
Mm-hmm.
6?
No.
Damn.
8.
Oh, I was close.
Yeah, because you have your like new moon. You're like
Yeah, new moon is no moon. Yeah.
The equinox.
yeah, your moon, waxing,
Your moo.
half moon.
What's a moo?
Shut up.
Shut up. How many bones do sharks have in their bodies?
About a full row of teeth.
Thunder K 0.
Correct.
Are they exoskeletal?
They're all cartilage.
Cartilage.
Oh, okay.
Cartilage.
Because I've seen a shark's skull before.
I've asked
Unless
that
wasn't,
question before.
That didn't count.
I've asked that question before.
Okay.
Which planet has the most gravity?
Alex the intern.
Mm-hmm.
It's Jupiter.
Correct.
Damn, I was going to guess
I
that.
feel like you're looking these up, but I don't know.
He's not.
I know. Which mammal doesn't have a vocal cords?
Alex the intern, giraffe.
Correct. Holy crap.
Dying giraffe.
What is the national dish of Spain?
The national dish? I know you haven't asked this one
Yes,
before.
I have. I've asked this before.
You have?
Mm-hmm.
Alex the intern, carp.
Nope.
Dang.
Thunder K enchiladas.
No.
Robotuner. Menudo.
You've eaten it. No. Paella.
Paella?
Uh-huh.
Paella?
Paella.
When did we ever have paella?
We had it when we went to Trader Joe's, and I got it in that box.
Oh, that's right. That's right.
It was really good. We liked it.
It was.
Okay. I guess this will be the last question. I don't know how many I've asked.
All right.
Who played Neo in The Matrix?
Robotuner.
Okay.
Keanu Reeves.
Correct.
That's some bull crap. It's not fair. We should get a couple seconds head start because we have delay.
You don't have delay.
Yeah, we do.
No.
Also, we do because I'm saying exactly the same time as Matt, and
we all knew the answer. And that
all right.
was the time.
I'm gonna count to 3, and I want you to say your names. Ready? 1, 2, 3.
Robotuner.
Alex, your turn.
There is a delay.
Yeah.
Who won?
Alex.
Out of a 3-way tie, Robotuner.
Dude. Then why are you complaining? Oh, because of the last question? Okay. 3-way tie. Let me ask a different question, okay?
Well, no.
No.
It's fine.
Do you have another one queued?
I do. I have lots of them.
All right.
What does space sound like?
Robotuner?
Hey, nothing, because there's no vibration.
Nothing.
There's no air to vibrate.
Alex, the intern. It sounds like 2 llamas having sex.
That's wrong.
I already answered nothing.
Yeah. You're right. It is nothing. Okay. How many total time zones are there in the world?
In the world?
In the world.
Oh, shit.
Alex, the intern, 23.
No.
Oh. One for every hour of the day. I don't.
Well, how many hours are there in the day?
24, but you have the international date line.
Which is also a time zone.
Yeah, well, I wasn't sure if it like this.
So, what's the answer?
Thunder K, 24.
Correct.
Okay.
Thunder K won.
Thunder K wins. I was just remaining silent over here to see if they would actually get it.
Everybody's a winner today, guys.
Yes, indeed.
Everybody's a winner.
All right.
Alex, retard, apparently.
All right. Well, let's get out of here so Alex can finish his thesis and submit his scholarship to the scholarship contest. And until then, if you have anything you'd like for us to discuss on the show, you can send us an email to robotuner2020@gmail.com. You can also call us and leave us a voicemail at 682-325-1379. Follow us on Facebook and on Instagram at the Robotuner. And we are live most Sundays or Mondays, depending on what day of the week we feel like it, anywhere between 6:30 and 7:30 p.m. Central Time.
So we don't have any emails again. I've already checked.
Yeah, no voicemails either.
So if you're having trouble, maybe I should change the email address.
I don't know. It's up to you.
Change it to RIP.
And it's also, yeah. And
2021. I don't know.
And if you're following us on YouTube, be sure to like and subscribe. And you can get notified whenever we go live if you like to listen to us in that format.
Make sure you hit the bell icon and
Yeah, the bell icon down there somewhere that I'm pointing on my camera. All right. Until then, we will see you next week. Red Pants. Stopped. Yeah, thanks for joining, Dustin. Yes.
I am dead to the world today.
I'll bring my this synth next time I see you and have you check it out. I appreciate you doing that too. All right, ending stream. Night, everybody.